Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, he just tweeted moments ago that he's going to New England. He's going back to the number he wore in college.
The conclusion to a saga that we've been following for a very long time is finally here.
New England Patriots have been going back and forth here
for about a month.
We finally know what Ezekiel Elliott's decision is.
Zeke has got to stay healthy and look a little bit like Zeke has in the past, but I like this signing for New England.
I must admit, as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I gotta have conflicted feelings about this. So before we get to the content, Madden NFL 24 comes out within the next 24 hours, and to celebrate, we're gonna be posting codes on my Snapchat story at FlightMikeSnap, which I think I only have 200 followers on, in addition to my Instagram story at TheFlightMike, and also a giveaway on my Twitter account at MicrophoneNFL. Now that we get all that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL is finally back.
That's impossible!
But I'm gonna admit, the preseason is boring as shit. I mean, when the second stringers and third stringers come out, your boy does tend to fall asleep a little bit. But I found a way to make the preseason all the more interesting. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are back! Posting prize picks on the days that there are significant preseason games. Starting from the Hall of Fame game, all the way to the Super Bowl, your boy is going to be making picks on his Instagram story. The picks are free. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram to get them. And if you haven't signed up for prize picks, right now, when you use my promo code microphone, you'll double your deposit up to $100. And thank you, Prize Picks, for the sponsorship. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Man, we're coming at you live from the Fountain Blue in Miami. And believe me, if you thought I was taking a vacation today, I think I spent at least 3 hours in this room today recording content for you guys, including the Michael Orr blindside story, which we're going to be bringing out to you guys tomorrow. But since that video was so freaking long and my internet is so terrible, I have to wait a day. A player that I, without a doubt, have a huge attachment to is none other than Ezekiel Elliott. The year prior to the Cowboys drafting Ezekiel Elliott was a very dark year. Tony Romo was injured earlier on in the season, and the entire year we had to watch quarterbacks like Matt Castle and Brandon Whedon as our main quarterback under center. It was very similar to the Cowboys 2021 season before they drafted Micah Parsons. And the thing that sucks about those seasons is whenever you have instability at the QB position and you don't have a stud like Cooper Rush under center, it's very hard to watch your favorite team perform when they're more likely to compete for a top 5 pick in the NFL draft as opposed to competing for the playoffs. But the Cowboys got the ultimate prize in the offseason, selecting Ezekiel Elliott with the number 4 overall pick and also selecting Dak Prescott way later in the NFL draft. As a Cowboy fan, I can't tell you how excited I was as a result of this selection, and I had a huge attachment to Ezekiel Elliott as a result of it. I mean, from the moment he debuted in preseason stiff-arming Cam Chancellor of all players to his dominant rookie season where he rushed for over 1,600 yards, I was always supportive of Ezekiel Elliott, even though I didn't necessarily agree with the insane contract extension he got during the 2019 NFL season. Zeke had a remarkable career and is a top 3 highest paid NFL running back of all time. Considering how he played his prime years in Dallas, he didn't have to pay too much taxes on that either because there's no state income tax in Texas. So in terms of his career, I would say he had a tremendous career for running backs. Although you can make the argument that he is one of the many reasons why running backs aren't getting paid in today's day and age, you can make the argument that he had a very successful career. But unfortunately, as a result of lack of production following the 2022 season, where his yards per carry dwindled to 3.8 yards per carry, although most Zeke fans would say that's because he was injured, the Cowboys really didn't have an excuse to keep him. Now, I will admit, Zeke has a tremendous skill set, including being one of the premier pass blocking halfbacks in the NFL, which kind of rationalizes giving him an extension, but not the amount that the Cowboys paid him. But throughout the summer, the question was who was going to sign Ezekiel Elliott. Originally, he came out and said he'd like to play on the Philadelphia Eagles, Cincinnati Bengals, or the New York Jets. And the New York Jets running backs, Michael Carter and Breece Hall, staunchly advocated to not have Ezekiel Elliott join their team, whereas Nick Sirianni even said that he feels comfortable with the running back room that he currently had in Philadelphia.
I feel really good about the room as it is right now. We love the addition of Richard and wanted to coach him for a long time.
So with that being said, Ezekiel Elliott really only had two options to choose from. The first one being returning to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, bear in mind, this is all happening amongst a lot of drama in regards to how much running backs should get paid. Jonathan Taylor just showed up to training camp today for the very first time. Dalvin Cook remains unsigned, and I have my own theories as to why. And if you want me to bring out a video on that, let me know in the comment section down below. Saquon Barkley turned down a 3-year, $36 million contract extension and ended up signing a 1-year, $11 million contract extension. Josh Jacobs currently still doesn't have a contract extension, and we made a video on the fact that the Raiders might even rescind his franchise tag, which would be the most Raiders thing to do of all time. What I'm trying to say is running backs are clearly in a strange place right now, which is why they all got into a Zoom call to discuss how pissed off they were that the running back market is going to crap. So going into this, Zeke didn't really have the greatest options because the Dallas Cowboys were willing to bring back Ezekiel Elliott, but at this point, if you're the Cowboys, you're not paying him that much money. I mean, you overpaid for Zeke's services, and we could all agree with that. If you're the New England Patriots, well, the Patriots are notorious for not paying their players very much. I mean, one of the things Tom Brady is the most famous for is for taking pay cuts, and some people even hypothesize that Bill Belichick kind of pushed him in that direction, whereas I personally think it may have been a personal decision, which is what Patrick Mahomes is currently following right now. So with that being said, we officially know what Zeke's decision is. I don't know if it's because of the Deuce Vaughn footage that he watched from the preseason, which I want to make a separate video on once we get a little bit more footage on that. So a couple weeks ago, we actually heard of Ezekiel Elliott visiting the New England Patriots. He even dined with Mac Jones, and some onlooker actually got this picture of them, which all makes sense because we officially got word from Ian Rappaport that the New England Patriots are expected to sign former Cowboys star running back Ezekiel Elliott to a 1-year deal worth up to $6 million after a successful free agent visit earlier in camp. Per me and Tom Pelissaro, some backfield help for New England and a new home for Zeke, who plans to rock his number 15 from college. Now, I want you guys to understand the significance of this contract, because I know on paper you're going to look at this and think, okay, it's only $6 million. To give you an idea, the average salary for an NFL running back is $1.76 million, which is about $1 million less than the average player on offense, according to Spotrac. So I don't necessarily know what the structure of this is, because I don't think this is all guaranteed money. Obviously, a lot of running backs are getting paid incentive deals, but the Patriots even gave their vision and their opinion as to what their plans are for Ramondre Stevenson, because Ian Rappaport continues to say that New England loves Ramondre Stevenson, but they've been seeking running backs to bang it in between the tackles, add that in Zeke's prowess in pass blocking, and it all works. He lands in New England. I honestly think Ezekiel Elliott has plenty more years of good football left in him. I think it's a great deal for him. 1 year, $6 million. Zeke seems very interested, and it seems like he has a brand new look. He got a brand new haircut earlier in the day, and he even tweeted out 1-5 in response to the news. Well, a couple hours before the news was official. So at the end of the day, I think this is a home run for Ezekiel Elliott if he wanted more money, and it's a huge home run for the New England Patriots, because I know for a fact that Bill Belichick is going to get a lot of utility out of Zeke. Zeke is only 27 years old, and he claims to have been injured last year. He's already made a significant amount of money. It does kind of make me a little sad, because I think the Cowboys are very competitive this year, and it would have been really nice to see them give it another go with Ezekiel Elliott, but I understand why he made this decision. It seems like it would pay him the best, and in a very dry running back market, it was the best move for him and his family. I'm going to root for the guy. He's going to be in the AFC, so I wish the best for Ezekiel Elliott. I have nothing but fond memories of him, and this is still significantly less strange than when Emmitt Smith joined the Arizona Cardinals. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this news, man. If you're a Cowboy fan, how do you feel? Does this feel a little bit weird to you? Because it does to me. And aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.